Okay, so let's look at this third example under the angle additions. So it says, given that the measure of angle LKN, well, angle LKN, so that's the whole entire angle. So it's telling me that the whole entire angle is 145 degrees. And it's giving me that each section is a specific algebraic expression. I'm asked to then find the measures of each of those individual angles. So, angle addition says this top angle plus this bottom angle should equal how many degrees? 145. Good, so let's set up our equation to do that. So 2x plus 10 plus 4x minus 3 equals 145. So now we got to bring our algebra skills back into our lives. Combine like terms. Do not do this. Everybody watch for a split second because people still make this mistake. Some people will start doing this. Remember, this is incorrect. You can't subtract 2x from the same side of the equal sign. That's improper algebra. Combine your like terms. 2x plus 4x makes 6x. A positive 10 and a negative 3 makes positive 7. Equal it to 145. Next move is to subtract. So 145 minus 7. If you have not yet started bringing a calculator to class with you, you're going to want to start bringing calculators to classes with you to make your life easier. That gets me what? 138?
Yes.
Dividing by 6 leaves me with 23. But I'm not done. So I got to plug it back in. So 2 times 23 is 46 plus 10 makes 56 degrees for that angle. 4 times 23 is 92 minus 3 is 89 degrees. So let's organize our numbers down here for an actual solution. So the measure of angle LKM is equal to, what do we say? Angle LKM, which one is it? It is the 56 degrees, right? And then the measure of angle MKN is equal to 89 degrees. Check your work. Do those two angles add up to 145? Yeah. So I know that I am correct. Okay? Angle addition. So I think like problem number 24 for your homework tonight is going to be something similar to that. So I want to make sure that we're good to go with that. All right, so we got 2 other components that we've got to talk about when dealing with angles. I know this is not on your notes, so I just need you to watch. Think back to segments. What does the symbol mean again? Congruent. What does congruent mean? Same length. Good. So if you have congruent line segments, so if AB and CD are congruent, so line segment AB is congruent to line segment CD, and AB we say is 5, that means CD would also have to be 5. Notation-wise, do you guys remember what we put on the lines to show congruency? The little tick marks, right? So that means that these are the same, which means that they're the same length. Well, the same thing applies to angles. We can have congruent angles. There's just different notation that we use to show congruency of angles. So, for congruent angles, let's write in the following. Congruent angles are 2 angles that have the same measure. Or if you just want to put down, have the same measure, whatever you want to write in there. Yeah, just sign out. Just sign on up there, Molly. Okay, so for our diagram, as best as you can, try to create two angles that appear to be roughly the same measure. So like we do with the segments, we use the tick marks. For congruency of angles, we put a little arc inside the angle. And if I'll call that top angle, let's say angle A, and this bottom one angle B, then I could say that angle A is congruent to angle B. Okay, so we have that. Flip on to the back, and let's see if we can identify the two sets of congruent angles. So, someone give me one pair of congruent angles. P and R? Good. So angle P would be congruent to angle R. Now notice, because I have two sets of congruent angles, I have two arcs inside these angles. I could have something with 3 arcs inside, or something with 4 arcs inside. Just got to match them up. What's the last set? T and S. So angle T is congruent to angle S. Okay. So, can we identify congruent angles? Hopefully. And the reason why we need to be able to identify congruent angles is because the next thing that we're talking about, which is the word bisect. Do we remember what the word bisect means? Cuts it into half or splits it into 2 equal parts. If we think back to our segment days, you had problems that were like this, where you had line segment A, B, and it was being bisected, let's say, by line L. So if it was being bisected, that meant this was the same as this. Right? Remember that back from 1.2? It's a good review. So the same thing applies for angles. So an angle bisector is going to be a ray that divides an angle into 2 equal parts. So a ray that divides an angle into 2 equal parts. So if we make a diagram over here, make a fairly large angle. If I was going to have a ray that bisects it, meaning it's going to split it into 2 equal parts, try to shoot a ray out through the middle, and then to show that it is bisecting, I'm going to put a congruent arc on the top, I'm going to put a congruent arc on the bottom. Notice I kind of broke up the single arcs so that it doesn't look like one big arc. So instead of just going like this, I broke it up, because usually if you see something that goes all the way through, that's telling you that the whole entire angle is that measurement. If we kind of separate them, then I know that this top is the same as that bottom. Okay? Alright, so last example on the bottom here. It tells us that in the diagram, ray YW bisects angle XYZ. The measure of angle XYW is 18 degrees. So let's label that top angle as 18 degrees. So if the top angle is 18 degrees, then the bottom angle is also 18 degrees. And it's asking us to find the measure of angle XYZ, which would be how many degrees? 36. Good. So the measure of angle XYZ is equal to 36 degrees. Great. Now I'm going to make you think for a second. I know this is not in your notes. Let's use our brains. What if instead of that being 18 degrees, it was something like 3x minus 5 degrees. Thanks, Morgan. Do you need a, I guess you don't need a pass, huh? And the bottom one was 2x plus 1 degrees. What could you do to solve for x?
Set them equal to each other.
Set them equal to each other. Why would you do that, Steph?
Because the bisect.
Yeah, because bisecting splits it into 2 equal parts, right? This was 18, so this was 18. So if this is 3x minus 5, this would be equal to 2x plus 1. And then we would solve for x, and then plug it back in, and we could find it, right? All right, so let's do some practice problems. So either grab yourself a Smart Pal sleeve, or grab